guys, thanks for clicking on my video and visiting my channel. So today I wanted to make this video to tell you guys a few of my tips of how you can become vegetarian and what steps I would recommend for you to take before just jumping right in. So a little bit about me as far as like my eating style. I have been plant-based for about 10 years, maybe a little bit more. I say plant-based and not necessarily vegetarian because for a big chunk of that time I was vegan. I'd say about like 4 or 5 years I was strict vegan, and then all the other years I added some eggs back in to become vegetarian. Whenever I became vegetarian, I never incorporated dairy back in. It just, once I cut that out, that was long gone for me. Didn't do anything for me. So eggs I do incorporate, and I currently am a vegetarian now. I guess you would consider an ovo-vegetarian, which I'll talk to you about in a little bit. So that's what I do right now. So obviously, having done this for over 10 years, I've learned a lot of things that I think, looking back, things that are important to do and to consider before jumping into this. So number one, before we even get started, I just want to say that vegetarianism, veganism, plant-based is not a diet. It's not a quick fix. It is a lifestyle. So being that it's a lifestyle, these tips that I'm going to give you, really I want you to take to heart if you are really planning on becoming vegetarian, and really try to implement these tips before you decide to make a lifestyle change, because lifestyle changes last exactly that long, a lifetime. So it's not going to be something that you can do in a week. And granted, you can always experiment with vegetarianism for a week, but if you really want to adopt this as your lifestyle to be healthy, fit, and happy on the inside and outside, these 4 steps that I'm going to teach you and tell you about are crucial in order to set you up for success so you can live with longevity and health and happiness. So without further ado, let's get started right into the little video here. So tip number 1 is determine your why. You want to figure out, why do you want to become vegetarian? You don't want to do it for a superficial reason, such as your friends are doing it, so why don't I hop on the train? That might be a good reason why it sparks your interest to get into it, but it's not a deep-rooted, heartfelt reason why you will, once have tried it out, want to continue that long term. In order to really figure out why you want to become vegetarian, you need to figure out, is it a health-related issue? Is it ethically related? Do you not like the treatment of the animals? The more you can connect your heart and mind to why you want to become vegetarian and make this switch, this dramatic switch in your lifestyle, the easier it'll be to revert to that when adversity comes your way and people try to pull you away from being vegetarian. You won't be easily swayed to just go back to your old habits, because you have a deep-rooted, heartfelt reason why you truly are trying to become vegetarian and live that lifestyle. So you want to determine your why. Why do you want to become vegetarian? And remember, everybody's different, everybody's lifestyles and paths and journeys are different, so it could spark something different in somebody than it would you. So you don't want to compare yourself to others, and you don't want to use somebody else's journey for why they're becoming a vegetarian for your own. You need to adopt your own why, and that will help you have your long-term success. So number 1, determine your why. Number 2, once you figure out why you want to become vegetarian, now you need to do your research. There are many different kinds of plant-based eating habits. There is veganism, there is vegetarian. Under vegetarian, we have lacto-ovo, which they still incorporate dairy and eggs into their diet. We have ovo-vegetarian, which is just eggs, and lacto, which is just dairy. And then you also have pescatarian, which in my opinion is still a meat, because I think fish are animals. Some people don't agree, but I believe fish is an animal, so for me it's not necessarily vegetarian, but it is still a subgroup of vegetarianism, and that is just people eating a healthy plant-based diet with fruits and vegetables and whole grains, but they do still eat fish as a source of protein. And I'll get a little bit more into that in a second. So as far as doing your research, the reason why it's important not to just kind of jump into it is, 1, you want to understand what are you getting yourself into and what is going to work best for your lifestyle, your body, and your habits and things like that. So for instance, ovo vegetarianism works best with me. I'm totally okay with getting organic eggs and eating a plant-based diet and incorporating that in my lifestyle. I feel healthy, I feel fit, and on the inside and the outside, and I think that's what's important. It works for my lifestyle as well. I do travel a lot, so being able to have that egg aspect in really helps when I'm traveling afar, to be able to get meals in that aren't just salads all the time. So it works for me. So for instance, I'm a huge supporter of culture. I studied Spanish in college. I did a lot of volunteering in Spanish communities, Hispanic communities, and I really think that supporting your culture is really first and foremost, because you don't want to lose your roots and where you came from. So that said, the reason why I bring that up is because an instance would be pescatarianism. So if you want to be somebody who maybe eliminates red meat and chicken because you want to get away from that, maybe health issues or whatever your reason may be, if you still feel emotionally connected to eating fish because your great grandma always cooked it, you're from the Mediterranean, you had this Mediterranean style culture and food cuisine, then that's understandable that you want to still keep fish in your diet. It's about finding what fits with your lifestyle, your beliefs, and your values. That is what's going to set you up for long-term success. So if fish has always been a staple in your diet, why would you eliminate it? It has so many studies to support the health benefits of it. Just some people like myself, I just don't feel comfortable eating meat. I just don't want to eat it, so I'm not going to. I don't have emotional connection to fish. My family's Italian and Polish. We didn't really grow up with that much fish, so I don't mind cutting it out. Whereas somebody who's from the Mediterranean or Europe, or where they eat a lot of fish on borders and sea lines, that might be something that you want to consider, that you still want to keep that in your diet. So pescatarianism might work for you. So it's just something to think about. Determine and do your research first, so you know what style works best with your lifestyle. So you can have long-term success and feel healthy and feel good about what you're doing and not feel like it's something that is forced upon you. Number 3, one of the most important, identify your support group. So everybody has at least somebody that they can find as a support group, and that could be from a family member, friends, a dietitian, a health coach, a fitness trainer, maybe somebody who you know you're not really close with yet, but maybe you know they do vegetarianism and you could find that connection there. Now the reason why I say it's important, because the American culture does not really support vegetarianism as much as it does being a meat eater. So you're always going to find a little bit of backlash when you're trying to be vegetarian, whether it's eating out, trying to find foods and meals for restaurants, or traveling, like I mentioned before, whether you're going out with your friends and they all want to go to a Brazilian steakhouse and you're sitting here like, so this is awkward because I definitely don't eat red meat and definitely not going to let it be all in my face like that. So things like that, like you don't, and I'm not saying to get rid of those friends, but in a social situation like that, you don't want to feel uncomfortable. So by identifying a support group, you can use those people to help you stay strong in your beliefs and your values, and to help you through times in social situations or times of weakness where you feel that it's too hard and you want to give up, that they can reinforce to you your why and why you got into it in the first place, to keep you on track, to help you. Because if they're your support group, most likely they want you to succeed just as well as you want yourself to succeed. So you have to identify that support group that will help you maintain a healthy vegetarian lifestyle full of longevity and success. And finally, my 4th tip for becoming vegetarian, as much as some of you guys are probably going to hate me for saying this, is to learn to love cooking. That is my 4th tip, and it is one of the most important. Reason being, as you probably maybe not aware yet, or you will find out, or if you did try vegetarianism and this is one of the reasons why you failed, that's okay if you failed, but this is going to help you. You have to learn how to love cooking. Cooking helps use your creativity with fruits and vegetables and whole grains to figure out what awesome dishes you can make that help living a vegetarian lifestyle enjoyable, healthful, and exciting. So there are so many different recipes you can search, you can come up with your own, that really help you enjoy being vegetarian. a lot of the times I prepare vegetarian, sometimes vegan dishes and present them to people, and they don't even realize at first that it's vegan or vegetarian, because I still try to use and utilize herbs and spices and different variety of vegetables and grains, so people don't really miss the meat. And that's my goal when I'm creating those dishes. I want people to be able to enjoy the simplicity of eating whole foods without always eating a lot of meat, a lot of dairy. And that's a lot of things that I post as well on my nutrition Instagram. So this tip is super important because it really helps to utilize your creativity. Everybody has a little bit of creativity in them, some more than others, but it doesn't mean you don't have it. And when you become vegetarian, it's pretty much forced out of you. When I first became vegetarian, I pretty much was eating salads because I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh my God, this is gonna get boring quick. I love vegetables, obviously, I'm a dietitian, but I was like, even I was sick of eating salads. I'm like, I was losing weight rapidly because I wasn't eating anything but salads. I was like, I don't wanna eat just salads. I was pooping a lot, feeling hungry. I was like, this can't be right. Like, there has to be other ways. So I had to do trial and error, experiment with a lot of things, and figure out what worked best for me, for my lifestyle at the time when I was in college and in high school. So the resources change from when you are an adult and you're trying it. So just things like that really help. So invest in a cookbook, that's always good too, and you can do small steps like that. Nowadays we have everything online, so you can definitely do something online like that as well. So my fourth tip is to learn to love cooking and cook more often. So I hope these 4 tips helped you in your journey of whether or not you want to become vegetarian. Maybe you're not ready for it right now, but maybe down the line you will be, maybe you never will be. But anyway, I hope that this at least helped you get started in that journey. If you have any questions about any of this or any more questions about vegetarian or veganism, you know where to find me. Email me at natalie@bodybyboss.com. You can DM me on Instagrams, or you can comment below in my YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Give it a thumbs up if you liked the video, and I will see you guys in the next video. So thanks for watching, and remember, real wealth is whole health. Take care, guys.